What's up, guys? I got you an OU battle here. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these narrations, but I've been sick and I just had finals like a few days ago. I'm on break now, so I have a bunch of time to get a bunch of battles and do a bunch of narrations, so expect a few more of those in the near future. This is a team that I featured in my last PS Live session with Captain Jarwell. You guys could go check that out. It's a pretty good one. Features Special Landorus, which is a huge threat in OU. We got the physical Skarmory, especially defensive Rotom, which takes hits like a beast. We got Mix Ape, which hits like a truck. We have the sub 3 Tex Rachi, which actually surprisingly does a lot of work, and Scarf Haxorus, which a lot of people don't expect. Like, it's weird. I bring it in on Latios, and I sometimes just get kills with it because no one expects it to be Scarf. They're probably like, wow, what is this guy doing bringing Haxorus on Latios? It's like has 12 best space speed, but yeah, and then they lose their Latios, and that's great. But looking at his team, we got a Tornadus here, and right off the bat, I'm thinking it's physical. I know they could be physical or special, but I thought it was physical because if you look at his team. If it's physical, they have a nice balance of special and physical attackers, so that's what I thought it would be. We have Terrakion, always a big threat, and Kyurem, which I did not know what it would do. Probably thought it was Scarf. I think that's usually what they are, but it turns out not to be in this battle. And Starmie, which outspeeds my entire team except for Haxorus, so I gotta watch out for that. Alrighty, so let's get on with this battle. He leads with Kyurem, and I lead with Rotom, thinking he would lead with the Powdon. Right off the bat, he shows me sub, and now I'm like, oh god, what am I gonna do? I don't know what he wants to do with sub. I Volt Switch out, doesn't break it. I'm like, oh great, I have to break this. Jirachi's really the best thing for the job. It can take any hit, which it takes it 40%, more than I liked it to do, but oh well. Break the sub with an Iron Head, and I now know he wants to switch. So I just go for Body Slam, hoping to get the Paralyze on something, and I do get it on the C-Tran. And I need to switch out because Fire versus Steel, not the best matchup. So I go into Rotom, knowing that I could take any hit from this thing, and he reveals to me more of a defensive set with the Will-O-Wisp. And I'm just going to stay in and go for Hydro Pump, hitting whatever. And I hit the T-Tran, and oh my god, it does half. I knew Special Defensive T-Tran was a beast, but I did not think it would take it that well. He stays and goes for Lava Plume, which I thought was weird. This Heatran really is a big threat to my team. It could get rid of Skarmory and Jirachi. It's basically like a hard counter. But he stays in, gets paralyzed. It didn't really matter that much. I guess he was just going for another Lava Plume. And so I'm able to get good damage on it. Knowing that Volt Switch can take it out, I decide to do that. And he actually switches, which is good for me. I'm not going to let this Kyurem get up a sub by going to Haxorus outspeed. Don't want to lock myself in the outrage just quite yet, so I just go for Dragon Claw, and that damage reveals that Hippowdon is definitely physically defensive. Knowing that I could take any hit from this thing, I go for Skarmory, and he goes for his rocks. This is a good play. And now I know I can get up my rocks, but unfortunately I forget about this Starmie. I'm like, oh, crap, Starmie. It gets Rapid Spin, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think he's actually just going to go for the Rapid Spin, so I just go straight in the Jirachi, but he actually decides to go right for the T-Bolt, which is probably the better play, to be honest. But it does jack crap to Jirachi because it's specially defensive. And now he decides to go for the Rapid Spin, which makes sense, and I decide to go for the Body Slam. Just to get some damage, maybe the Paralyze, try to force a switch here. And I actually do, and knowing he's going to want to switch out, I decide to just go for a substitute here. As he brings in the Hippowdon. And now I'm under a sub. Okay, I might as well just go for an attack. So I go for the Body Slam. Hoping to get the Paralyze, but I don't get it. As he just breaks my sub with the Earthquake. And now I'm at enough HP to live another Earth Power from the Kyurem. And that is amazing, as you will see in a bit. So I go into Rotom because Skarmory, well, I really just wanted to get up rocks. And it can't really do anything to Hippowdon. So knowing that he's going to want to switch out, well, actually, I thought he was going to switch out, but he didn't. He decides to go for Slack Off, which I was confused by. But I get the Pain Split off, and I get back up to 71%, which is huge for this Rotom. And knowing he's not wanting to stay in now, I go for the Volt Switch, and he sacrifices his Heatran. That's probably a good play. Whatever I bring in now, he's just going to bring in a direct counter to it. So I bring in Skarmory. It's at good health. I don't want anything taking necessary rocks damage. So I know he's going to bring in Starmie, but I really can't do anything about it. So I go in and Rotom, knowing it could take hits from this thing all day. Well, not all day, but now I'm at a range of health where T-Ball will not take me out, and I can go for another Pain Split as he switches out into Kira, which is great. I can get damage on this thing. Brings it down to half. And I know he wants to sub down now, so I'm going to just go straight out in a Jirachi. Not playing any games with this thing. I know if he gets a substitute down and I can't break it, that's pretty much good game. Well, probably not good game, but I'll lose a couple Pokemon in the process. Goes for Earth Power, does not take me out, and I'm able to break the sub with an Iron Head. Unfortunately, Jirachi is pretty much past its prime now, and I just let it die off to an Ice Beam. So now I can bring in Landorus because I know I outspeed him because he's not Scarfed. And I could fire off an HP Ice because I thought he would actually go into Tornadus here, predicting the Earth Power, but he goes into a Paladon, and I don't know why he did this, because that Paladon does not appreciate the HP Ice, does a good 63%, and now he's definitely not going to want to stay in, so I'm just going to go straight for the Earth Power as he sacks his Kyurem, which I guess was a good play. Didn't really have much else he could do there. Now he brings in his Starmie, he can outspeed me, I have to switch, so I go on to Rotom. But can't really this point take 2 hits, so unfortunately I'm going to have to let it bite the dust, and that's a problem now because both of my checks to this thing are dead, and now this thing outspeeds my entire team, with an exception for Haxorus, which means I'm pretty much forced to bring it in now. But now that a Paladon took a hit, I can actually go for Dragon Claw because even after leftovers, I could still 2-hit KO this Paladon easily with Dragon Claws. And so that's going to make this Paladon bite the dust. Now, he's going to go into Tornadus after this, and I honestly have no idea what he wanted to do. I go into Skarmory because, as I said before, I thought he was physical. But he goes for the Tailwind, and now I'm scared because now Starmie outspeeds even Haxorus, and I'm like, oh god, now what am I going to do? Pretty much forced to staying with Skarmory. I really can't switch out here. So I decided to just go for Braper, get some damage on something, and it brings in this Starmie, and it's great, because that does 53%. Starmie has terrible defense. Braper does 120 power move with Stab. Pretty good. Now I have to hope that Skarmory lives a T-Bolt, and it can. It lives with 1%. I didn't actually calc that, so I had no idea whether that was min or max, or whatever it was. He was leftovers, so I don't know. But that was great. Now he brings in Tornadus, I bring in Landorus here. Now he goes for Air Slash, gets a crit. That might have mattered. I did calc that. That had a max of like 67%. So if he got max, it didn't matter. But if he didn't, then it did matter. So it most likely mattered. But oh well, I'm not worried about it because I can bring Haxorus here. Go for Outrages. And finish off the match. Now if this thing was Scarfed, I thought I had lost because I thought this was Scarfed. Because his Kyurem wasn't. But he actually is not Scarfed. He's Life Orb. And so I am actually able to finish off the match. Gets the damage out with Haxorus, my Infernape has Mach Punch, and I am able to finish off the Terrakion for the match. Now, this was a great match. I'm honestly loving this team. If you guys haven't tried it, Special Landorus out, man, you guys got to do that, because that thing is a threat. 4 attacks with Earth Power, Focus Blast, Psychic, and Hidden Power Ice. Even a Rock Polish variant, it's just a huge threat, so... Anyways, that was a good match, Keurig. Narrow 1-0 victory. I thought I had lost at like 3 points in the match, but I actually pulled it out. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I will catch you guys later. Like, comment, and sub, guys. Peace out.